Are you a frustrated buyer in today's hot seller market? Have you missed out on several properties that you put offers in on to higher offers? Hi, it's Marcus Larea with Palm Paradise Real Estate here in Southwest Florida. And today I will share with you 8 tips to help you secure the home of your dreams here in Southwest Florida. We're currently deep into a seller's market, and maybe you've gone to open houses on the weekends and battled literally the hundreds of people that have gone through these homes on the Saturdays and Sundays. Maybe you've lost out on multiple offer situations and encountered bidding wars and bid, or the price has gone so high that you're not willing or able to afford the purchase price. So starting out with the first tip, make sure first step for any type of market is, again, to get pre-qualified or make sure that you have your proof of funds available before you start looking for your home. That way you know what your budget is and you're not scrambling last minute to get a pre-approval letter or pre-qualification letter or get your proof of funds together to put an offer in on the home. Literally that hour or half a day or 2 days that it will take for you to get pre-qualified could potentially be the difference of you obtaining that dream home or not. So you might not even have the chance to put an offer out. The second tip, know what you want and be ready to act fast. Make sure you're working with your agent and you have all your wants and your needs written down on a piece of paper and that your agent is familiar with this. Again, when the property of your dreams comes up, you don't want to second guess yourself. You need to be ready to act. Any slight hesitation, again, could potentially mean the difference of not even being able to have a shot at getting the home of your dreams. Again, that doesn't mean don't jump the gun. So make sure that you're also making an informed decision. An experienced agent definitely helps with that. You should be working with an experienced agent that knows the market and that can provide data to help you make an informed decision. The third tip that we have for you is make the offer as clean as possible. Try to avoid any contingencies, especially contingencies that would require you to sell your home before you could close on this property. Don't put that there if possible. If you can, waive the appraisal contingency or do not include an appraisal contingency. That will greatly hinder your offer. And if you can, also try to avoid a financing contingency, which basically means you're paying cash or able to pay cash for the property. Your offer will become more appealing and there will be less of a chance to back out if you have no contingencies in place. The fourth tip that we have for you is make a larger down payment with your loan. This will show that you're financially strong, you're in a good financial position, and it will also allow you to compete more against cash offers that will be most likely put on the property. It also will show you that you can cover any potential differences between the appraisal price and your offer price. In this market, it's highly likely that your home may not appraise from a bank-required appraisal. So by showing that you're able to put more than 20% down on the property, that will show the sellers that you're in a strong financial position to cover any difference in the appraisal price. The fifth tip that we have for you is put a stronger escrow deposit down. Again, escrow deposit is good faith that the buyer is really wanting to buy the home. It goes towards a down payment and it's typically about 1 to 3% of the purchase price. So make sure you put a strong escrow deposit down. That will definitely make a difference and again show you're in good financial position and that you're serious about purchasing the home. Also, if you do put down a larger escrow deposit, make sure that you do truly intend to purchase the home, because there are risks in place that if you do decide that something happens and you do decide that you can't go forward with the purchase, your escrow deposit could potentially be up for grabs and you could lose it. So again, have that discussion with your agent prior to committing a large escrow deposit. The sixth tip that we have for you is add an escalation clause to your offer. This means that your offer will outbid any offers up to a maximum price. But keep in mind that the seller can still counter. So if you go in $50,000 above asking price, and the next best offer is $25,000 above asking price, that seller could still potentially counter your offer knowing the maximum amount you're willing to pay for the home. So just keep that in mind. And then another thing is to make sure again that you work with an experienced buyer's agent that knows how to use an escalation clause appropriately. Because even though your escalation clause might bid up to a certain amount, you could still lose out on to a lesser offer if the terms don't balance out correctly. The seventh tip we have for you: know the seller's needs and wants. We're in a very competitive market again right now, and a lot of times sellers are moving within the market, or to another competitive market. So the seller may need to sell their home quickly if they already have another home under contract, or they might need to stay in the home after closing on the property with the buyer to give them a chance to find a home to move into. So if that's the case, make sure you arrange a lease back and come up with a lease amount for the seller to stay in their home after closing potentially. And the last tip we have for you is pay with cash if possible. We all know the saying, cash is king, and that is definitely true in this market. Many conventional loans have lost out to cash offers, and the biggest advantage of a cash offer is it avoids any potential appraisals that banks will most likely require, and it also avoids possible inspection issues with banks and insurance companies. So again, last tip, pay with cash if possible. Just to summarize, all these tips basically will help establish that you're a serious buyer, and you also want to prove that you have the financial ability to meet all of your obligations. Be willing to go the extra mile, and don't forget about the details. The seller of your dream home will notice your effort and give your offer serious consideration. If you have any questions about buying in this hot seller's market, or if you have any desire to sell your home and possibly move within our market, please don't hesitate to reach out to one of our team members at www.palmparadiserealestate.com. Thank you and have a great evening.